I'm Robin Calder.
We're just talking today about the DVD, why we did it. And first of all, I got to ask, what was it like for you working with Moi, being so wild and not prepared and, you know, and...
Fuck. Okay.
We begin right off with a fuck.
It was like sitting on a razor blade. All right. You know, if I moved the wrong way, I knew I was in trouble. I had to, like, for that night, I had to be inside your body and your head. All right. It was only for that 1 hour and 45 minutes. But I was concentrating so hard that at the end of the show, I just collapsed on the console. All right. I had candles all around me. I was saying prayers. I knew I was in trouble when I walked in the dressing room before the show just to say, like, good luck. You were sitting there writing shit down, and I'm saying...
He doesn't know it by now.
No, I'm saying, this is all new stuff.
Oh, yeah. It was basically, it came out of the bat with about 15 minutes of new stuff. And I know we'd done kind of the foreplay. You'd seen the shows in different towns, and you knew there was pretty much a rhythm to it. But then all of a sudden, first 5 to 10 is where do we go with this?
All new. And so it was like, you know, it was like dancing together. I had to kind of like dance with you. Had we edited it, it would have been really pretty easy. But of all the people to shoot live, I can't think of a more difficult challenge in the world.
Me and the crocodile hunter. Yeah, go to the one with the cobra. Cut to cobra, back to crocodile, finger in cloaca, and scene. It was a bit like that. You know, when they said that you'd be doing it live, and everyone said, yeah, right, live, meaning that, you know, you get a delay and it's shot live at the moment, but you edit it. But no, it was going out then. And I didn't know this, but you said the first cue was off. So it was like...
Yeah, well, it started on the blue opening cue. Here we were, you know, we had seen it in, let's see, Los Angeles and Phoenix and Portland and San Francisco and Baltimore and Memphis and Nashville and Louisville and New York. I had seen every show, and the cue was, every night was the same way. Dave Matthews, music, the big music change, ladies and gentlemen, Robin Williams. Boom. All of a sudden, Dave Matthews starts, and I hear, ladies and gentlemen, Robin Williams.
It was like going on 4 and 1 and bang. Yeah.
Exactly.
Off the bat.
It was a lot of fun for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Robin Williams.
So you're basically putting it in on the fly, too.
On the fly. All right. And I'm saying, I'm rocking. And I'm going, oh my God, this is not happening to me. This is live. The responsibility of filming what I had never seen a show this brilliant. You know, and I did the first show with you for HBO 20 some odd years ago.
That was a weird night. We had 2 shows that night. The first one was death because everybody in the audience was lit, and they had all these kind of industry people in the audience, and they were like, kind of funny. And then the next show, we said, okay, screw it. We don't need audience reactions. Let's just keep the lights off, dark. And it kicked.
Well, you know, it's funny. I learned, excuse me, I learned something from that show. And ever since then, I'm the one director who won't like the audience.
Amen. Yeah, because it's that whole thing with a lot of times I think you have to see people laughing in order for you to laugh.
What if you look out and see somebody not laughing?
That would be the great thing, live at Budokan. You're not funny.
And what we did is, you know, if you look at the show, you'll see there's architecture lit. So when you can go out for a relief shot, when people are applauding for maybe like the millisecond when you're slow down, you know, you had to see something. But we kept it. And another thing we did was, because you talked about industry types, was that the first 2 rows when I first got to New York, and this was in the Broadway theater, by the way, in which nothing had ever been filmed there before. And of course, the unions.
Yeah,
there'll be no problems today. Step away from the DAT recorder. There'll be 5 guys to carry in the laptop, 2 to access the information. Sorry you had a problem with your hard drive. Who knew about the virus literally smacking the lid, breaking it, and somehow the machine went down.
And you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, not today, not tomorrow. You have a problem with that?
Not at all, Tim.
No, sir.
No, sir. No, thank you. Load in, load out. We're happy.
Load in, load out. If you got a problem, it's another 25,000.
Bingo, Bobby.
No problem. Just write more checks, you know. So, I mean, what I did was I got there and I said, okay, I want these first 2 rows for a camera dolly. But what I really didn't want them to do was sell the front 2 rows. So what we did was, before the show, is my guys went up, and you did this on the road a little bit too. They went up to the really cheap seats in the top. There were no cheap seats, but
Yeah, you find people way in the back.
way in the back who were like really fans. They're fat guys with pinky rings on who are trying to impress their 22-year-old girlfriend, and we just put those people down there, and it gives you the people who really want to be. They all wanted to be there, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but you get regular people who are having a great time and you can talk to and not be like, get away from me.
Oh, yes, my little salmon-headed friend.
A lot of times, if they're famous people right up front, people be watching them more than they watch the show.
That's the main thing.
Want to see if Jack's having a good time.
Yes, that's why I wondered how you guys did those like comic reliefs in the Academy Awards.
The only time it's a great kind of award show is the Golden Globes because it's basically an open bar.
Yeah, everybody's loaded.
Oh, hammered. You know, that's why you can get, Depardieu basically going, Jeffrey Katzenberg, I'll give you a big wet kiss. Give you the tongue. Ah, you love it. Ah, you buddy. Come on, everyone. A lot of those shows, like what we did that night, was live, They had no choice. It's, they're putting it out, except they had the censorship. With us, we had no censorship.
Well, that was the beauty of it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that with us, it was like, okay.
Whatever goes,
Yeah,
goes.
oh, you're going after Michael Jackson. Good luck. Standards and practice.
Britney Spears?
Britney Spears. Oh, poor little child.
I'm a virgin.
In many ways. And they say this stuff legal's probably going, "Ah! Did he just say you have to be this high to write, Michael? Too late now."
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
That was the trade-off.
The trade-off is that what is. And I've never gotten the type of feedback. I mean, maybe you too, the people just coming up and saying, man, that was wild.
I'll tell you, I've been doing this for 25 years, and I've done directed a lot of very famous shows. I have never in my life had response like this.
Me too.
And, I mean, of course it was brilliant, but I think the live and the dangerousness of it, and it's funny when they said to me when it was over, they said, do you want to change any of the shots? And I looked at it, and my anal part of me said, yeah, there's like 5 or 6 little things I'd like to change. But then I said, why would I want to change the organicness? This works.
Yeah.
It's not broke. Don't fix it. And, and I left it. And I'm happy I did.
Yeah, but with that set, man, that set that looked like,
Pickup sticks.
Yeah, it was pickup sticks, what it actually looks like on in the hair transplant program. When you're actually looking up here, it's actually their point of view. But it's such a bizarre thing with that big eyeball, too.
I know.
People keep wondering what's that for. I guess it's from the dollar bill. I don't know.
It meant nothing.
For those looking for hidden meaning, it means nothing. It's not like some E pluribus. No, it's not Ashcroft's eye. No, it's just basically an eye.
Just an eye. The set just became...
It is there to be conscious of all the filming, Marty with his candles, Robin living in the moment, hopefully, and the moment of the eye, seeing all eye and eye, not looking at eye and eye with eye, re one nation. It's all there for the eye, as the eyes have it, as it were. And that's what the set design, having been on the road with, was just plans, but all of a sudden, then, like you said, you have pickup sticks and these kind of
A
weird...
playground.
The first time I walked out, I felt like a crab louse going from one to one. It felt like that if you just hung on the hair, it looked like how crab lice go from hair to hair. I did that one night, and people kind of went, obscure reference for those who've had crabs. The rest are going, oh, is he talking about, crab lice?
Even there's some people that haven't?
No, probably not. 2 Mormons are going, dear, is he talking about what? What is that? No, we all did. The solution right there. The older thing is to set your pubic hair on fire, get an ice pick, and stab them when they come out. That's not the good way. Well, what you have to do, if you do the Montauk cure for crabs, is what you do is you smother your pubic hair in butter, wait till they get fat and they fall off, and you've got yourself a little crab dinner right there. They're small, but they're good eating. A little crunchy, they're soft shell. And they're full of basically a lot of years.
They sell them down the wharf, right?
Oh, crabs, yeah. Big bucket of crabs.
Dad, these are so small.
Mm-hmm. And good eating too, kid.
It did look like, when you think about it, if you look at hair under a microscope.
It was. Bingo. That's why I thought it was like, ladies and gentlemen, it's like one of those shots of you are here.
That's what it was, Mo.
It's basically my forearm. Watch.
Yeah.
Here.
That's what we planned.
Yeah. This is the international symbol now for how are you?
Yes, I get that quite a bit. So,
hey, how are you doing? Good, thank you. Oh, it's a Zorro greeting.
Marty, I saw the Robin Williams show.
Guys, international symbol for, honey, would you like a little?
Or how old are you?
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Our lines are open. Even on the DVD, we're hurting people. We're calling now. Line falling at the bottom. 1-800-PUSS. So even the women in the room are going, really? Ouch. But that's what we did. That's that night. Did you ever at any point when we knew we got into the rhythm, because after the first 10 minutes it was like pretty wild, and then it went, we're back into the show. It was like, were you thinking, was it?
I was always concerned that it could go anywhere at any time, and often did. Even though we asked.
Yeah, we had one verbal fluff, but I went like, that's right. I did inhale. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things that turn out to be gems, like drop the water.
Yeah, and then don't touch that, Mr. Williams. Union guys going, don't touch it, Mr. Williams.
I mean, I thought that the other thing was that, forcing the improv off the little flubs became really gems.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it like live, because, normally you go, let's edit that out.
There must have been like about 30 people in the truck behind me, of which I wasn't aware of any of them, because I was just like, like a middle linebacker. Like Mike Singletary.
Yeah, read the play! Audible on 5! He's going for the dick joke! Fall, 4, plus 1, read out! Here we go! You're right, I must have been like, the game's over.
I was like, like this, and then it was over, and I just went, we were applauding, and I was just like...
Yeah, like I walked off stage, the same thing before I went out, I felt this, you had a camera backstage, and I was going, fuck you, Marty, I'm not going on, fuck you! You have that on the DVD?
Yes, we do.
Good, thank God that wasn't in the audience going, fuck this, I gotta go, this is crazy! And then, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this.
That's why we only filmed it, was because with the DVD.
It's good, it's good to have that.
Yeah, good to have
that moment, just when you hear this small noise as I walk on stage. That little
wish of air.
A wish of air. That's a nice way. Did Daddy fart? No, Daddy had a wish of air. What we call like a small olfactory wish. And if only I could have that wish near a flame. But it was like, and at the end, I felt the same thing too. I was like, wow, we did it. We did it! It's the idea of when you go. If we'd done 2 days and edited together, I think, we've been very funny, good material, great stuff, but a different feeling. I think people came at it going, this is it.
When you had the jazz.
Yeah, the jazz was, we got one shot, that's it.
If you notice on the DVD, the reverse shot, when you see the light, the only way to really do that is we had to take the smoke and put it right up by the spotlight.
Oh, so you just have to have enough smoke in there because no one's smoking in the theater. So
no one's smoking in the theater. It was little tricks. We had a 10-ton air conditioning unit.
Oh, thank you.
20-ton air conditioning unit that was just right on top of your head, and you were still sweating like crazy.
Yeah,
it was like hotter than hell in New York.
Oh, it was insane because if you hadn't had that, I think they'd just been screw all the water I had on stage. It was just been a puddle at the end. I sweat so much that even Brando's going, dear God, man, just wear a thong. Don't be afraid. Go out there. Not like Cher, but take a chance.
Yeah.
Because I would have been dead. I couldn't have. I would also overheat. When the mind overheats, I can't work. I'd be like,
Has that happened to you?
Oh, big time. I played a place that was too hot on stage, and after a while, you snap. You can't work. Brain doesn't work well.
We kept the theater at 61 degrees. Something was stole from Letterman.
It works. It works. When you're cold, you laugh to stay alive.
Cold and dark, right?
Cold and dark. That's cold and dark. What's it remind me of? Old. It's like, there's a joke about early sex, cold and dark. But I think it helps a lot because when you get people hot, maybe it's because they just, have the energy to laugh. But I've seen people when either the house is hot or the stage is hot. It doesn't work.
It was interesting.
I guess that day the New York Police Department had like about 10 to 15 guys had escaped after being arrested. So I said the New York Police Department had a new catch and release program, much like bass fishermen. And then for them it was like, people arrest the country going, what? And then got back into the stuff. But it was a weird feeling that night and the pressure of, live and New York too, and on Broadway.
On Broadway.
Because the first couple of rehearsals we had theater audiences who weren't used to,
Right.
A big cunning linguistic piece. My God, Margaret, is he doing what I think he is? Dead, my God.
I would watch the people, when I would watch it on the road, especially during the Laugh Dead, I would watch the audience.
Me too. I peek out from under my arm and see women laughing their ass off, men going, is that how it looks? And women going, yeah. And also just seeing various different ages of people responding. One night there was a kid who just had his head buried. And I thought, oh my God, either this is something he doesn't want to see till he's actually doing it. And then he kind of lifted his head up, was laughing his ass off. It turned out he was just, laughing so hard he buried his head. Other times you'll see older couples kind of, kind of remembering, like, I remember that. Those were wonderful times. Did I leave my teeth? And there was just strange.
I hope so.
Yeah. I wondered when you went to the gynecologist and he said, my God, it has teeth. Every gay man's worst nightmare. I told you that's what it has, teeth. That's why I didn't go there. My mother said it has teeth. Never go near there. Just take out your teeth, Grandma.
And gummy. There was one night in Nashville, okay, when you were doing it, and there was this guy, I don't know if you heard him in the audience, going, not long enough, not long enough. And he was going like this to his wife, who was like she must have weighed about 180, and she was dressed in this mini skirt and the blonde hair up to here. He's going like this, and she's going like this.
Yeah, like, thank you, Lord, for bringing Bill here.
And it was...
Not long enough!
And you see some place where the ushers, in the Grand Ole Opry.
Ooh, they were old Baptist ladies, and they were like the ushers, when I did the Met, with these old Irish ladies, and even the Met show was hardly as blue as this, and these old Irish ladies would go, oh dear God, he's doing that on the same stage as Pavarotti. And you'd see him just go, oh my, and there was one usher in Nashville, I just saw her like this, she was watching the entire ending like, sweet Jesus, protect us all.
Yeah.
May we never see this sight in our lifetime. That's why Baptists make love standing up, so God thanks for dancing. It's that weird thing.
And then there are the ones that didn't want to laugh, but laughed, let go.
Finally,
I saw one old blue hair who was she was absolutely hysterical. And you could tell that she had used to been seeing, Roy Clark. And,
Minnie Pearl never did that. Price tag hanging off. Woo! Look there, boys and girls. Woo! Gonna be a night I know when it's right. Turn off that light, get there. Bury yourself, sweet pillow. Never want to ever go. Going down, blow the curly hair. When you're sitting on the song.
Seriously.
Roam in a room. See, I lost it, and then all of a sudden we go. Marty'd have to make it a choice then, make it a choice, shoot it a shot, look what we got. The Marty does this, and Marty look around. At that point then, Marty got a choice. Do we stay with us, or do we cut away? But Marty has to say, he shoot a shot like that. You do like a great Italian cinematographers. Do we get the money? Okay, we keep shooting.
well, I thought the money in this case was the extreme close-up.
Bingo.
Which has never really been used much in comedy. Comedy, the Johnny Carson shot, what I was always taught was Cowboy.
Yeah.
Right. And, if you wanna-
Cowboys is above the chaps, right above the pistols, up to the head.